Hello tipsters and tricksters, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another vintage tips and tricks video. Today I thought I would do something a bit different. I have mentioned previously on my channel in this video here, this wonderful book I got from my grandmother, and it is a 1930s beauty book. There is the cover for you guys. It is full of notes because I would like to make some more videos with this because there's some really interesting tips in here. There's also some very politically incorrect stuff in here. So there's that. But today I wanted to share a section that's all about personality and beauty because it actually is vintage horoscope. So it's astrology from a 1930s perspective. I thought I would read through each of the personality types, and if you guys are born in that month, you can let me know down below in the comments if you think that it is correct in any way. Whether you're a believer in astrology or not, I always find it interesting to read horoscopes to see how well they actually match your life. I feel like there is always something relevant in them because they are rather broadly written. I personally am a subscriber to astrology, but you know, I think there's good and bad astrology out there, but it's always a bit of fun. And I'm hoping that this will be fun as well. So let's get started. So this chapter in the book is called A Planetary Influence on Character, as you can see here. And they say, one of the factors that help to make you what you are, it is believed by many, is the period of the year in which you were born. All those people throughout the world who are born in each month of the year, according to this theory, have certain common characteristics, and it is a comparatively simple matter to determine a person's character and tendencies once you know the date of his or her birth. So let's see how correct they are. Because I am born in July, the end of July, so the 30th of July to be exact, I'm going to start with my own horoscope or my own astrological sign to see if it is correct, and then I will move on to the other ones. Okay, so they're split up into the months, and it's actually August for Leos, so I'm going to read the August one even though I'm born on the 30th of July. So August born were Napoleon, Tennyson, and Lord Northcliffe. A craving desire to do really big things is the characteristic of those born in August. I would agree with that. I just don't want my life to be boring. I don't want to look back on my life and wish that I had done something interesting with it. I don't necessarily have to be famous or invent something, or like, I don't have to be a big deal in other people's eyes, but I crave adventure and I want my life to mean something. That's really important to me. Then it says they strive hard. I would agree with that. I am definitely a perfectionist. In fact, YouTube was something I struggled with because of the volume of videos you need to put out. I really struggle with just like putting something out there that's not perfect, and it's almost impossible to get a video perfect in the time I have in a week to produce one, and I'm doing 2 in a week now. So that's been quite a big and positive learning curve for me, but in everything in my life, I definitely strive to be the best I can be, and I'm very competitive. I like to be the best at everything. Never renounce their independence of spirit. Yes, definitely. That's a big thing for me in, like, with my parents, with my relationships, with everyone. Like, if I feel like my independence has been taken away from me, I get really cagey and I feel like I'm trapped. I hate that. I'm really all about being independent person. No matter what be the obstacles in their way, their endurance and singleness of aim generally enable them to arrive at the peak which they desire. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think I don't tend to veer off track with a goal. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, even if it takes me years to do it, I will achieve it. I said I wanted to go to music school, I did that. I said I wanted to live in London, Paris, and New York ever since I was 14, and I've now lived in Paris and London. I wanted to start my own business as a singing teacher, and I did that. I know there's a lot of things on my lists of to-dos, but I basically don't stop until I've completed what I want to do, provided it's something I genuinely want to do and it's not something I feel pressured by other people to do. But if it's genuinely something that I want and a dream or a goal that I've put together, I definitely am all about completing those things. They're usually frank to a fault. Yes, like, I think I'm a bit of a people pleaser. I don't like upsetting people, but I think I can be honest. I'm not rude about my honesty, but I think sometimes maybe people think I'm too honest about what I think, and I definitely have strong opinions. Like, I'll politely put it out there, but I think people definitely know what my opinion is on something, probably even when they don't want to. It says, and in money matters tend to be successful. I mean, it depends what you mean by success. I have chosen not to earn as much money because I could have, with my university degree and my connections, gone and got a really well-paying career, but I like being creative. I love doing YouTube, I love music. And it's not the notoriety that drives me. So I could be a lot more successful financially, I think, if that was a goal for me. But I always seem to find money when I need it. I never, even when I've lost my job or, you know, when I was ill last year or whatever, I always seem to land on my feet when it comes to money. But I'm also very resourceful. Like, I have no problem going out and working ridiculously long hours or hard jobs or like menial jobs that are really boring or that involve manual labor or standing all day or whatever. Like, that doesn't bother me at all if it means that I'm gonna earn money, because in the end, for me, money is about paying for the things that I need in life so that I can then focus on my creative endeavors. My love affairs success would seem often to elude them. This is funny, like, I'm obviously in a relationship at the moment, but I would say, yeah, in the past, like, I'm definitely a serial monogamist, but I wouldn't say I've had a huge amount of luck in love. Like, I don't think I find it difficult to find someone to be romantic with, but I wouldn't say that my love life is easy. So I would probably agree with that. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's my private business, but overall, through my whole life, I wouldn't say that my romantic life is like a smooth sailing journey. Yeah. But I'm very happy at the moment and very much in love, so don't worry, all is well. Finally, it says their health troubles tend to center mainly around the heart and kidneys. Well, I have had heart problems in my life. I have like weird palpitations and my heart skips a beat quite often. I had really like extreme hypertension during a period of my life when I was ultra fit. So yeah, I guess that's true. For kidneys, not necessarily. I would have to ask my dad actually. Maybe my illnesses are related to my kidneys in terms of Chinese medicine, so I'm not sure, but there you go. So overall, I would say that's pretty correct. I mean, it's very general, so it's not hard for it to be correct, but I would say they're pretty on point, which is fun. If you're a Leo, do let me know down in the comments if we share any traits based on the book, but also based on what I said about myself. I would love to hear that. And let's move on to the other star signs. Why can't I turn a page? Okay, January. Many well-known people were born in this month. And if you analyze them, you will find that in many cases, they were possessed of more than just ordinary brain power. They are the thinkers, the people who rise to the top of business organizations. They are strong-willed and tend to be leaders in any movement or undertaking, while chafing if they have to be mere followers. Tripped over chafing there. I wasn't sure where they were going with that and I thought I'd read it wrong. They do not object to being unpopular, provided they know they are in the right. Oh. They will not do a thing simply to gain the affection or applause of others, and for that reason they often feel desperately lonely and suffer from the belief that no one understands them. Aww. They do not like the shoddy and superficial in life and have no time to waste on the trivial and foolish. Their friends must be of the intellectual type so as to fit in with their own moods, and it will be an unforgivable crime on a friend's part to attempt to interfere in any way with their plans and purposes. These guys sound full on. Those born in this month are influenced by Capricorn and Aquarius. They have to guard against a tendency towards rheumatism, stomach trouble, indigestion, and they should consult their dentist at frequent intervals lest their teeth show signs of premature decay. Note that, guys, born in January, go to the dentist. Among famous figures born in this month were Joan of Arc. Ah, so cool. Byron, Beaconsfield, Gladstone, and Rudyard Kipling. Okay, this is seriously cool. Lucky guys who were born in January. You sound like cool people. All people with unusual gifts of genius, intelligence, or leadership. I'm assuming too with these that you might have like a particular star sign, but if you're born in the month, we can probably like see if the month and all the star signs suit you, so. February says, February says, oversensitiveness is one of the primary characteristics of those born in February. Is that true, guys? It is the easiest thing in the world to hurt them. They will go to extremes to please a friend, but when they dislike anyone, there is again no limit to the intensity of their dislike. Whee. This is largely because they suffer from nerves. Generally speaking, they are not very successful on their own account, but in a subordinate position which offers a reasonable amount of responsibility, they make good. They like to be in the center of social activities while not contributing anything themselves to the social gaiety. Okay. In the matter of health, they will experience most trouble with their stomach, and they have also a marked tendency to kidney and bladder complaints. There you go. Handel, David Garrick, Dickens, Sir Henry Irving were amongst the outstanding people born in this month. Everyone has some pretty cool people born in their month, so no need to be jealous, guys. Moving on to March. In this month are born many persons who dread to think that they may ever become financially dependent on relatives or friends. This dread affects them through all their life. It would be wrong to say that they are close with money. It is just because they cannot get away from their dread and are seeking to safeguard themselves. They are unobtrusive by nature, they do not shirk responsibility, but neither will they seek it. And you do not discover them airing their views unless they have been asked to do so. Okay, seems like they're pretty, introverted people, should we say introverted? The mystical aspect of life has a great appeal to them, and if they had their choice, they would like to live where they can hear the surging of the sea. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me, I've got to be honest. This would act in some degree as a palliative to their great desire to be ever on the move, to see new faces and new countries. So if you are a Pisces or an Aries, is that true of you? Do you like to be on the move? Are you like a bit of a nomadic personality? I'm intrigued, let me know. March-born people come under the influence of Pisces and Aries and are often troubled with insomnia and anemia. Cardinal Newman, David Livingstone, Ibsen, Chopin are some of the better-known men born in this month. Why men? Was there a reason? Does it only matter if it's men? In fact, oh no, we had Joan of Arc, but most of the people they've listed are men, which is kind of depressing for a women's beauty book, but okay, moving on. April. Pertinency and obstinacy enter into the makeup of those born in April. They will not listen to what anybody has to say about their work or themselves. All that they do is, they believe, beyond criticism, and they strongly resent any attempt at interference. Whoa, this is brutal. Added to their desire to carve out their own career in their own way is a desire to find someone who will understand them and sympathize with them. They like flattery and often suffer from swollen head. I feel like you guys need some positivity coming your way now. I hope it's coming. They are mentally and physically energetic, but often by their arrogance stand in their own light, and they are not always able to differentiate between sincerity and insincerity when their fine points are being mentioned. Come on, there's got to be something good. Because of their great mental energy, people born in this month are inclined to suffer from severe headaches and eye strain. Nope, nothing good coming your way, guys, sorry. In this month were born Shakespeare, Cromwell, Bismarck, and Lord Lister. Its influencing planets are Aries and Taurus. Well, I get the distinct impression that the person that wrote this book's got a bit of a problem with somebody who's an Aries or a Taurus. Just saying. Alright, those who are May born, I hope I have some good news for you, because that was brutal. One of the main characteristics of those born in May, under the guidance of Taurus and Gemini, is their interest in things artistic, and they generally succeed in those spheres where an artistic sense is required. Decoration, dress designing, and literary work. Is that true, guys? Those of you born in May, are you more creative? Are you in any of those three particular areas of work? Do let us know. They are not very pliable. They like their own way, are very sociable, and derive much pleasure from entertaining. Party people. They are very affectionate and are generous and loyal to their friends to the last degree. If they choose nursing as a career, they will be very sympathetic and very patient. Sounds like I would like being friends with someone who was born in May. In the matter of their health, they have not much to worry them, as they are generally blessed with a good constitution. Lucky you guys. They should, however, guard against any affection of the throat, as that seems one of their weak points. Browning, Conan Doyle, Daudet, Sir James Barrie were born in this month. You will notice that all these succeeded in the field of literature. But to be fair, they were cherry-picked for this book. Juan, or June. Those born in this month are generally troubled by a duality of nature which seems to affect everything they do. Drama! Today they may be all-loving, yet another side of their nature would appear to be tugging at them, making them diffident of going the whole way and coldly critical of all others are doing. They are excellent conversationalists, albeit there is not much to their conversation beyond the brilliancy of their wit which charms and enthralls. This book is so blunt. There is not much continuity of aim in their life or in their plans, and although they are apt to make promises which they constantly break, this is not because they do not mean to keep their word, but rather that the duality of their nature is apt to make them forget what they intended a few moments earlier. I feel like there's a real black and white in here about which are the good star signs and which are the bad ones. I think everyone has positives and negatives about them, and maybe this book overlooked that. If their willpower can, however, be so directed as to make them stick to one thing, they invariably make a success of their life, But if this is not the case, they need to be careful not to spoil their careers owing to their restlessness and their ability to see things in their proper perspective. They come under the influence of Gemini and Cancer. In health matters, they should be careful about their nerves. Their ever-constant desire to be on the move makes them creatures of nerves, and they tend to guard against doing too much, lest nervous prostration follow. Pneumonia, too, would seem to be a constant danger to those who come into the existence in June. The month in which were born King George V, the Prince of Wales, Gounod, Emerson, and Thomas Hardy. July. Now, technically I fall into this one as well, so we'll see if this has any bearing on me at all. Those born in July are under the planetary influence of the sign of Cancer or the Crab. And Leos, don't forget about us. Still lying to be the center of attention. They are imaginative, and if they allow their imagination full play, should make fine-rate artists, musicians, or writers. They resent the dictatorial attitude of others, but if in business they are treated with confidence and given responsibility, they do not betray the trust that has been placed in them. I would say that's quite correct. Obviously, given the careers that I have, I don't like a conventional 9-to-5 job, but when I do have a job, I'm very reliable and I will do the job to the best of my ability. Probably that competitive nature coming in again. They do not shower affection on those they love, for they hate to be thought demonstrative, but they are very affectionate and emotional. That's really true. Like, I rarely hand out compliments because I don't like to be constantly giving them out lest it seem like I'm being insincere. And when it comes to gifts, I like to give thoughtful gifts that I feel really match the person, and if I can't find a gift that matches them, I won't buy just a trivial gift to give to them just because I'm supposed to. Like, I would rather wait and give it to them unexpectedly than give them a crappy gift just because, you know, social expectations dictate that I should. They are very affectionate and emotional, super emotional, and yes, I would say I'm an affectionate person. I'm very emotional and like to dream of romance and the great things they will do with their life. Yes, that's very true. I definitely crave romance in my life. Not romance in the sense of like chocolates and flowers and things, but like great and true love, and being loved is really important to me. And dreaming about the great things that we'll do in life. Like, I'm definitely a dreamer. I'm always thinking up a billion things that I want to do with my life and trying to fit a billion things into my life because, as I said, I like life to be interesting. Their health trouble is mainly of a gastric nature, and for that reason they need to be careful of their food. Well, I mean, I'm allergic to gluten. I definitely have stomach troubles. They should avoid shellfish and be chary of too much tinned stuff. Well, that's easy. I mean, I don't eat shellfish because I'm vegan, so done. Too much tinned stuff. Well, I like my food to be fresh anyway. I'm very much about fresh whole foods diet, so taking their advice already. July gave to the world such well-known people as Sir Joshua Reynolds, Bernard Shaw, Mussolini, Gluck the composer, and Cecil Rhodes. So guys, again, if you share anything with me, let me know down in the comments. I'm really intrigued as to whether other Leos share the same kinds of traits. I tend to find that most of the Leos that I know have got pretty consistent traits about them, so I'm sure that that's probably true of most star signs. Whether that has to do with actual astrology and stars aligning or not, but for some reason people born around the same time of year tend to have pretty similar traits, I think. We'll skip August because I did that already. Let's go to September. The zodiacal signs of Virgo and Libra govern those born in September and affect them so that whatever they undertake turns to success. Well, lucky. They are mentally very much alive and it is difficult to take them in. In attire and manner, they are scrupulous. They like to be surrounded by beautiful things, and because of their desire for harmony in life, they are rarely of the revolutionary type, but do everything possible to uphold the law. In many ways, they are materialistic and self-centered and become critics rather than actual performers. Their health is generally very good, and if they have a tendency towards any trouble, it is to neuritis. I actually don't know what that is. I'd be intrigued to know if anyone else knows what that is. Goethe, Oliver Wendell Holmes, Lord Oxford, and Chateaubriand saw the first light in September. Not gonna lie, I have no idea who any of those people are. This was elusive, this one. But they sound pretty cool, and to be a star sign that always achieves success sounds pretty good. I do wonder if the person that wrote this book was born in September. October. People born in this month are under the influence of Libra and Scorpio and make excellent students of medicine and law and things psychic. They should choose a profession rather than a business, but no matter which they should choose, they will show a disregard for the value of money. They are good companions, yet in marriage are often not successful. Oh, that's sad. This is mainly because they have developed a too critical attitude in life and consequently are liable to examine every emotion. Oh, overthinkers. Is that true, guys? Are you overthinkers if you're born in October? Nerves are inclined to trouble those born under these signs, and there is always the risk of kidney trouble. Julius Caesar, Coleridge, and Martin Luther were born in October. November. Oh, whoa. Presidents being listed here. Big names, guys, big names. President Roosevelt, President Harding, Hogarth, and Grace Darling are among the well-known people born in November, when the influences at work are those of Scorpio and Sagittarius. Those born in this month are very emotional, have literary talent, and if encouraged, for they need encouragement, will be able to accomplish much. Okay, so with support, you're going to be very successful, guys. They are very adaptable, sometimes to a fault, for they drink up the bad with the good. Through their natural propensity to the good and fine in life will generally prevent them from tending too much to the side of evil. Okay. It is in this month that some of the world's greatest humanitarians and peacemakers have been born. Ah, how cool. Yet coupled with those qualities for good is the desire to win the world's praises. They make good masseuses and often develop clairvoyant powers. Wow, there you go. Could be potentially a good partner. Free massages. There is not, as a rule, much wrong with the health of those born in November, though as the years go on, they need to be careful not to do anything which will strain their heart. Take note, guys. And finally, we've reached December. Sagittarius and Capricorn rule over the lives of those born in December. They are possessed of very quick minds, are very frank and honorable in their dealings with others, and hate to think that any person or any cause would deceive them. Is that true? I'm intrigued. They are versatile, full of enterprise, and always eager to do the right thing, even if doing the right thing will make them suffer. So a little bit of martyrdom there. They like harmony in their relationship with themselves and others and place a premium on punctuality, tidiness, obedience, and loyalty. Is that true, those of you born in December? Do you have high expectations of other people's obedience, loyalty, and punctuality? If they have a disposition towards any health trouble, it will be to rheumatism and throat and skin complaints. Amongst those born in this month were Mark Twain, Sir Walter Scott, Hayne, and President Wilson. So guys, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It has gotten dark outside and the lighting is shocking now, and I probably should have guessed this, but I didn't think it would take me so long to read through this. But I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below whether this resonated with you at all, or whether you think there's other traits that they completely left out that are relevant to your star sign. Share them with us down below and we'll have a good old chat in the comments. If you want, come and join my Instagram. I do share more vintage tips and tricks content, especially on IGTV, which I don't share here on YouTube. Come and join us in the Vintage Tips and Tricks Facebook group. We would love to have you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.